diplomacy and trade wars to energy battles, record-breaking gold prices, green finance, and bold new moves in Fintech. We are tracking the events that will ripple far beyond today's headlines. Welcome to Finance Pulse, and here are the top headlines of the day. We begin in Washington, where US President Donald Trump has once again turned up the heat on India. Just hours after Prime Minister Narendra Modi wrapped up his visit to China for the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit, Trump blasted the US. India trade relationship as, quote, a totally one-sided disaster. Posting on Truth Social, Trump claimed India had offered to cut tariffs to zero, but said the move was coming too late and should have happened years ago. This comes at a moment of heightened trade tensions, with the US already imposing steep tariffs of 50% on Indian imports, including a secondary 25% duty last month, aimed at punishing New Delhi's continued purchases of Russian crude. India has pushed back strongly, calling the measures unfair, unjustified, and unreasonable. With Washington doubling down and New Delhi looking eastward toward Moscow and Beijing, the question now is how much strain the world's largest democracies can endure in their economic partnership. Turning to energy markets, oil prices edged higher today but remain stuck in a narrow band. Brent crude is trading just shy of $69 a barrel, while West Texas Intermediate holds near $65. The focus now shifts to this weekend when OPEC Plus meets to decide whether to adjust output for October. Analysts expect the group to hold steady, at least for now. But it's not just OPEC shaping the outlook. Russian exports remain under scrutiny as Washington pushes harder to cut off Moscow's revenues, even leaning on India to reduce purchases. Yet, Prime Minister Modi's cordial meeting with Vladimir Putin on Monday suggests New Delhi isn't ready to budge. Meanwhile, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent signaled new US sanctions could be announced within the week. For traders, the tug-of-war between diplomacy and supply constraints keeps volatility just beneath the surface. In Asia, markets opened mixed after the US holiday, but gold stole the spotlight with a record-breaking rally. The safe haven metal surged past $3,550 an ounce early Tuesday, climbing as high as $3,571, smashing its previous intraday record set in April. Driving the move is a combination of global uncertainty and shaken confidence in the US dollar. President Trump's mounting challenges to the Federal Reserve and other institutions have rattled investors, fueling a flight into gold as a hedge. For many, the surge reflects not only market jitters but also a recalibration of where global financial stability truly lies. Here in the Gulf, First Abu Dhabi Bank is making waves in sustainable finance. The region's largest bank by assets is marketing a 5-year US dollar denominated bond to support low-carbon energy projects. Priced at around 95 basis points over US Treasuries, the issue carries top-tier ratings from Monday's S&P and Fitch, all with a stable outlook. The proceeds will go towards funding or refinancing renewable and clean energy initiatives under the bank's sustainable finance framework. With heavyweight institutions like Barclays, HSBC and Citi acting as joint lead managers, this is not just another bond issuance. It's a clear signal of how the UAE is leveraging financial markets to power its green transition on the global stage. And finally tonight, a big move from India's startup scene. Fintech firm Transbank has raised $25 million in a Series B funding round led by Bessemer Venture Partners with strong backing from both existing and new investors. Based in Mumbai, the company specializes in transaction banking platforms and now has its sights set on international expansion. With fresh capital in hand, Transbank plans to enter markets across the Middle East and Southeast Asia, while also building out new product offerings. For India's fastest growing fintech ecosystem, this is another sign that home growth innovation is ready to go global. That's all in Finance Pulse for today. Follow the Finance 360 for more updates.